What's good, guys? This is the Only Big Green Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, back with another deck profile. And this deck profile is the Inzektor deck profile that I was talking about in the Windups deck profile. And this is the other deck to the format, and I need to be bringing the Rescue Rabbit deck, also otherwise known as Dino Rabbit. But after this, the Dino Rabbit is the last deck, unless if I build Chaos Control from this format, or otherwise known as Chaos Dragons, however you want to say that. And then I've thought about bringing Dark Worlds from this format, which I don't think nobody played, but I think Dark Worlds was very underrated in this time. Anyways, this is the Inzektor deck, and let's get right into it. You play 3 Dragonfly and 3 Hornet. And I'm placing these guys down together because without these two guys, this deck just cannot function. I would say that this is the best card of the deck, but this is also the best card of the deck. They really tied for which one's the best card. Because Hornet, once every Inzektor, like I said in the wind-up video, how all of the wind-up monsters have the same effect where it's only once while face-up. All the Inzektor monsters have once per turn. You can equip an Inzektor monster from your hand to the graveyard to them. So just know that. But Hornet's effect is while it's equipped to an Inzektor monster, you can pop a card, you can unequip it to pop a card on the field, which is really nuts. And with Dragonfly, whenever an equipped card leaves him, you can special summon an Inzektor monster from your deck. And I'm going to show you guys a cool combo that you can do with an Inzektor Sword and a Hornet. And it's virtually, you win that turn. Unless if your opponent has a board full of 5 monsters and 5 spell and traps, your opponent is going to straight up lose unless if they have that. The 3 Centipede, it's virtually Stratos, but instead of Dragonfly special summoning monster, he adds to hand Inzektor monsters. Hopper, I just use him for the level 4. That's really it. He's a level 4, so it gives me access to the level 4s of this time. Most people don't even play Hopper. Most people cut Hopper at this time, but a 17k beater that can get you access into things like the Popular Operative and stuff like that. That's mainly the reason why I play him. And then Gigamantis. You can equip him to an Inzektor monster, and that monster's original attack becomes 24. He's also used for the combo that I'm going to be showing you guys with Hornet and Dragonfly. And then on to the non-Inzektor monsters, you have the little tour guide, toolbox engine, however you want to say it. Again, same reason for wind-ups. It's really good for baiting out effect veilers or for just sitting on something like a Zenmaines and telling your opponent, come at me. But a lot of times, how I said in the wind-ups video, I like to make tour guide and then set on the Sangan. This deck, I really like to do that. Because the Inzektor combo that I'm talking about is a 3-card combo. Most of the time, you're going to open up with at least 2 of the cards you need for that combo. So if you open up a tour guide, you can look at it as like the 3rd card you need to the combo. Because Sangan virtually searches out everything you need for the combo, but the sword or the Gigamantis. Now on to the hand traps. You play 3 Effect Veiler and a Maxi. Maxi for, of course, the wind-up matchup. This deck loses hard to wind-ups, unless if they top deck into Dragonfly. That's the only way this deck can come back up against wind-ups. So this really helps out. And then Effect Veiler, again, every deck in this format just dies to Effect Veiler if you can wait until the perfect moment to play it. And then on to 2 tech cards, Armageddonite to get your Hornet into the graveyard, or to get a Dragonfly in the graveyard if you have a Monster Reborn. And then Dad. Drop Dad, you win. Nothing else. Nothing else on that topic. On to the spells. You play the 2 Zek-Caliber and then the 1 Zek-Talk. Most people play 3 Zek-Calibers instead of the Zek-Talk. I like this because it pushes for OTKs, and it's part of the combo that I'm showing you guys. But if you guys wanted to, you can cut this out for a 3rd Zek-Caliber, or what you could do is you could bump this up to 3 and then play one of these. But I kind of just like it the way it is. And then on to the non-Inzektor spell cards. The Foolish Burial, and then I'm sorry guys, I was like, I'm 19 now, and in this format, well, you guys can do the math. I'm 19 now. This format came out, I believe, 2012. I was just in like middle school when I done this. So, sorry for my stupid, idiotic self for doing this, but Allure of Darkness. I tried to keep this deck almost to its original form with some of the stuff that I had at this time, and this is just sad. I wish I could go back in time and just slap myself in the face for doing this. But you run the Allure of Darkness because you have a bunch of darks, and it's a good consistency card. And you use Foolish Burial to get your Hornet into the graveyard. Again, the power spells, MST, Heavy Storm, No to the back row, Dark Hole, Board Wipe, and then Reborn for pushing in for OTKs or just simply coming back from a huge deficit. And then Avarice for getting yourself back into the game. Although, really, you don't need Avarice that much in this deck like you do in other decks. It's still good to play, but if you had to cut a card for another sword, I would probably say cut the Avarice if I had to cut a card, but that's just my opinion. The One Phoenix Chain, this is another card that you could probably cut for the third sword. That's if you wanted to play the third sword, but you don't have to. The Mirror Force, again, this card is dead in the Inzektor matchup. If you're playing the Mirror match, it's completely dead, but up against something like Windups and Dino Rabbit, if they don't have a Logia or if they don't have a Zen Mains, you blow them out the water with this. The 2 Bottomless Trap Pole for any match at all. This card kills any matchup in this time. And then the Solemn Brigade. Now on to the combo. Oh wait, the extra deck. What am I doing? This by no means is the extra deck that you have to use. When I play with these extra decks, I normally just share the extra decks with my friends whenever I play with these decks. So it's going to look almost exactly the same as the Wind-Up extra deck. But like 2 Zen Mains, you could play 3 of these in here if you want. A Leviair, which you don't have to play in Wind-Ups, but in this deck, you definitely need to play it because in this time, side deck, but who has a side deck built for just a fun time? But if you guys are playing with side decks and stuff, definitely play this card because DD Crow kills Inzektors. If you guys played when this deck was a thing, you'll know DD Crow is your worst nightmare. The One Leviathan, it's part of the OTK combo. And then Giga Brilliant, it's also used in the OTK combo. Acid Golem, which is part of the, not FTK, but part of the OTK combo if you want to do it that route. Temp Tempo for telling your opponents get away from using Zen Mains. Maystroke, and then Popular Operative just for, of course, your rank 4 plays with your hoppers. Anyways, guys, let's get right into this combo. All you need in your hand is a Hornet or a Foolish Burial, one of the 2 swords, or a Gigamantis, and then, of course, the Dragonfly itself. So you can just pick your poison here. One of these 2 or one of these. I'll show you worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you would probably have a Gigamantis in hand. So this is if you have worst case scenario with this. This will probably be worst case scenario. But what you'll do at this point is you'll just Foolish Burial your Hornet to the graveyard. Or if you already have Hornet in your hand, you don't really need to do that. So you'll summon your Dragonfly. If Hornet's in the graveyard, you'll equip Hornet to your Dragonfly. If Hornet isn't in the graveyard, you'll equip Hornet from your hand. And then from this point, you'll equip one of your swords in your hand or your Gigamantis. So it doesn't really matter here. We'll just go by random. Okay, so we'll equip the Gigamantis. And then what you'll do is you'll use your Hornet to pop your Gigamantis. And then what that'll do is it'll trigger off Dragonfly to special summon 2 Inzektor monsters from your deck. So you'll get 2 Centipedes out from this. And then what you'll do from here is you'll equip Hornet onto Centipede with Centipede's effect, and then you'll pop a card your opponent controls. And then Centipede will add to hand another Inzektor card. It doesn't really matter because the second Centipede is going to get the other thing. But again, get the Sword or the Gigamantis. So I guess just get the Gigamantis into your hand. Then you'll go into a rank 3 that can detach whenever it's just straight up summoned. So again, Leviathan or Giga Brilliant. I like Leviathan. And then right here, just like in the wind-up deck profile, it does matter what you detach. If you detach the wrong thing, you completely mess yourself up, and you're probably going to lose the game. You must detach the Dragonfly to set up Gigamantis' effect. So detach your Dragonfly, and he becomes a 2500 beater. Then what you'll do is you'll activate Centipede's effect, equipping Hornet from your graveyard, and then you'll pop a card on your opponent's field. Or, my bad, I misplayed in my own combo. So you'll equip the Gigamantis before you pop with Hornet. Equip Gigamantis to Centipede. Then what you'll do is you'll use Hornet to pop your Gigamantis, and then Mantis will special summon your Dragonfly from your grave. That's the reason why I say you need to detach Dragonfly. Then Centipede will give you 2 searches. So you'll just search out the 2 swords, or what you can do is you can just search out like a Gigamantis if he hasn't been used already. So in this case, since we've used the Gigamantis, you'll just search out the 2 swords. Then what you can do at this point is you'll equip Hornet to Dragonfly. Then you'll equip your Zecalibur. This kind of does matter because Zecalibur will add back to hand your Gigamantis whenever it leaves. So you'll equip your Zecalibur to your Dragonfly, and then you'll detach Hornet to pop your Zecalibur, and then Dragonfly will special summon out a Centipede and then a Hopper. Oh wow, this is so the Hopper and then the Centipede. And then your sword will trigger, allowing you to get back to hand your Gigamantis. Then what you can do here is you can equip this Hornet to your Centipede and then pop a card your opponent controls and add to hand another sword or Gigamantis if you haven't searched that. And then you'll equip your Hornet onto your Hopper and then pop a card on your opponent's field. What you can do here is then you can go into your Centipede, you use your 2 Centipedes to go into Giga Brilliant. Then you'll equip your Gigamantis to Dragonfly, your sword to Dragonfly, and then your other sword to Dragonfly, and then you'll detach Centipede. So Dragonfly is like, really, this is enough to OTK your opponent. I don't know how much, 24, and then plus that, so 34, 2, so that's like 42, and then plus the 300. So he's at 4,500 alone from this. And then this is 25 plus the 3. So this is at 27. And then this is at 2,000. And this is at 21. So this is definitely enough to beat your opponent at this point. And you guys saw how many times you were popping your thing. But the ending board should be this. If I can zoom out with this. Which is insane. Anyways, guys, I am going to be bringing the Dino Rabbit deck profile here soon after this one. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comments saying, hey, I like this video. But the last deck of this series will definitely be coming out here soon. Thank you guys for watching my channel and all my videos. If you guys don't like my channel, unsubscribe. If you don't like the video, definitely leave a dislike. And then this has been the Only Big Green Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Johnny, and I'll see you guys later.